The long-awaited UFC 324 is finally here, but after weigh-ins, this card is looking like a disaster. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is MMA 365, the newest and greatest UFC YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe for your own self-interest. Thank you. And today, we are here to talk about the UFC 324 weigh-ins, and unfortunately, they are far from a formality, so we have three separate incidents to discuss. Most significantly, and most publicized, the fight between Cameron Smotherman and Ricky Turcios on the early prelims has been cancelled because Cameron Smotherman collapsed coming off of the weigh-in scales. It was a rough scene, one that I don't want to include in this video because I don't think YouTube would like that very much, and to me this makes the question of weight cutting as a practice even more pertinent, and it's something that we will discuss later in the video. And we also have two separate fighters who we will still see tomorrow, but did unfortunately miss their weight limits. And the first one to discuss, Deiveson Figueiredo. The former flyweight champion moved up to bantamweight, and even then, he did still miss the bantamweight limit by 2.5 pounds and will be forfeiting 25% of his purse. Tomorrow, he's fighting Umar Nurmagomedov, a highly anticipated fight. But to me, the fact that Figueiredo missed weight, it raises serious questions about his future in the UFC. He's coming off of a split decision win against Montel Jackson, and prior to that, he sustained a gruesome knee injury in his fight against Corey Sandhagen. And the question with Figueiredo is he has a small frame for the division. He's 5'5", and he's old by bantamweight standards. He's 38. So if he loses tomorrow, and if he once again can't beat a top 5 bantamweight, then this could be his last fight. It's something that is disappointing, but it's something that I think is realistic. And we have another fighter to talk about, and that is the flyweight, Alex Perez. And missing weight for him is a tradition. He's missed weight 5 times in his career and has had 2 separate bouts be at catch weight because he missed the weight limit. And this raises the question, what are you still doing at 125 pounds, dude? And I like watching Alex Perez fight, but we haven't seen him fight in a long time. He tore his ACL about 1.5 years ago, and in his first fight back against Aspinall, he looked pretty good, but he got submitted. It was a standing guillotine choke, pretty nasty. And outside of that, he's had a ton of canceled fights and several losses on his resume. So I like watching Alex Perez fight, but I don't exactly know what's next for him. He's fighting against Charles Johnson tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to that. This is a chance for either of them to cement themselves among the top 10 flyweights and become a serious contender, but this kind of puts a damper on that for Alex Perez. No one likes cutting weight. Fighters absolutely hate it. Many of them are outspoken about how much they hate it, and as fans, it kind of just feels like rigmarole with no upside. It's very disappointing when a fight is canceled because someone misses weight. Cough, cough, Arman Tsarukyan. And even if the fight still goes on, when someone does miss weight, if they win, it kind of feels anticlimactic. It's like you won, but you had several pounds over your opponent. When the weight classes, the gap between them can be as small as 10 pounds. That kind of feels significant, doesn't it? So it's something that is unfortunate, but paradoxically, every fighter cuts weight because every other fighter cuts weight. There's a perceived disadvantage if you don't cut weight. especially when you can lose as much as 20, 30 pounds very quickly. But being in that emaciated state, it's very hard on the body to dehydrate that quickly. It puts a lot of stress on your internal organs, and fighters in other promotions have died because of it. And to me, this is one of the problems with the UFC is what do you do about cutting weight? And I think it's important to mention that this card has already been changed because Kayla Harrison sustained a neck injury. Her fight against Amanda Nunes for the Women's Bantamweight Championship was going to be the co-main, but that event is now canceled. So having an additional canceled fight and two separate weight misses, this is a rough Paramount Plus debut. That being said, I am looking forward to watching these fights. I think most of them will be very entertaining, and even if there is only an interim belt up for grabs, I think that fight will be very fun to watch. As for my predictions, I know Patty is a 2-1 favorite in the odds, but I like Justin Gaethje's chances to pull it out. I think the main pressure point is going to be the stand-up. Can Patty land a takedown? Can Gaethje knock him out? Patty has really good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't think he's just a Dana White privilege merchant, but he is at his best at scrambles, and Justin Gaethje has very good takedown defense. He's 37 years old, but he's yet to look washed, and maybe he does tomorrow, but at 2-1 odds, I feel like that's a little bit too rich for my blood. So if I had to pick, I would take Justin Gaethje. I think this fight will be a lot more even than people expect, and I don't think it will make it past the full 5 rounds. I think we're getting a finish one way or the other. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to subscribe. Jon Jones is planning global domination, and the only way to stop it is to hit that subscribe button for MMA 365. We have big plans to upload daily and be the #1 source for MMA news and reports on YouTube. Thank you for watching.